Did I misunderstand? Maybe I am too emotional. Maybe I did say something wrong. And slowly you start depending on them to tell you what's real. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Inner Bloom Journey podcast. I hope you guys are doing okay wherever you guys are tuning in from. If this is your first time here, my name is Salma and I'm a Jay Shetty certified mindset and relationship breakthrough coach. On this channel, we talk about healing, self worth, emotional resilience, and realities many people silently carry, especially in their 30s to mid 40s, navigating relationships, identity, and personal growth. Today's conversation is one that many people experience, but very few can clearly name it. We're talking about gaslighting. Gaslighting, the silent manipulation that destroys you without you realizing. Not the buzzword and not the trend, but the real, subtle, psychological manipulation that slowly makes you question your own reality. And before we proceed, I would like to read a small disclaimer. This video is for awareness and educational purposes only. If you're experiencing emotional or psychological abuse, please seek professional support. You don't have to navigate this alone. Let's dive into our topic for today: how gaslighting begins. Gaslighting rarely begins with something obvious. It doesn't walk into your life screaming, "I'm here to manipulate you." It doesn't happen that way. It starts quietly, almost invisibly. It might sound like, "You're overreacting. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You always twist things." At first, you brush it off because it comes from someone you trust, someone you love, a partner, a friend, a boss. And that's what makes it dangerous, because the intention is not always loud, but the impact is deep. Let's talk about the slow erosion of self. Over time, something begins to shift. You stop trusting your memory, your feelings, your instincts. You start second guessing yourself. Did I misunderstand? Maybe I am too emotional. Maybe I did say something wrong. And slowly you start depending on them to tell you what's real. That is the moment gaslighting takes hold. Not when they lie, but when you stop trusting yourself. Going deeper, let's go deeper into the psychological damage, what that gaslighting does. Let's go deeper. Because gaslighting is not just about arguments or disagreements. It's about control. It's about reshaping your reality until you no longer feel it, or you no longer feel grounded in yourself. The damage: loss of self-confidence, anxiety and confusion, emotional exhaustion, feeling like you're working on eggshells, isolation from others. And the most dangerous part? You may not even realize it's happening, because it doesn't break you all at once. It breaks you slowly, little by little. How does it impact us in our relationships and marriages? Let's talk about it. In marriages or long-term relationships, gaslighting can become a pattern. You express hurt, and instead of being heard, you're blamed. You raise a concern, and suddenly the conversation shifts to everything you did wrong. And before you know it, you're apologizing for something you didn't even do. That's not communication. That's emotional distortion. And over time, it creates emotional distance, resentment, loss of identity within the relationship. You're no longer showing up as yourself. You're showing up as someone trying to avoid conflict. Why do people gaslight? Don't you wonder? I do. And now this is the most important part. Not everyone who gaslights is consciously evil, but the behavior is harmful regardless of intent. Some people gaslight because they can't take accountability. They feel insecure or threatened. They need control to feel powerful. They've learned this behavior growing up. But here's the truth. Understanding the reason does not justify the damage. Signs you might be experiencing gaslighting. Let's talk about it. Let's bring the awareness. You might be experiencing gaslighting if you constantly doubt yourself, your own memory. You feel confused after conversations. You apologize often, even when unsure why. You feel emotionally drained around a specific person. You replay conversations trying to figure out what went wrong. You feel like you're losing yourself. And if this resonates, pause. That awareness matters. How do you protect yourself from people who gaslight? Now let's talk about that. Because this is where your power begins to come back. Trust your internal experience. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Document patterns. Write things down. Patterns don't lie. Set emotional boundaries. You don't have to engage in every distorted conversation. Seek outside perspective. A trusted friend, coach, or therapist can help ground you. Reconnect with yourself. Your voice didn't disappear. It was just silenced. Let's talk about the deeper truth of gaslighting. Here's something many people don't talk about. Gaslighting doesn't just damage relationships. It disconnects you from yourself. And healing, it is not just about leaving the situation. It's about relearning how to trust your mind again. I have a reflection question for you guys today. Let me leave you with this. When was the last time you ignored your own truth just to keep the peace in a relationship? I have done that, trust me, and this is the reason why I'm here today with this topic. It's very important to bring the awareness. If this message resonated, just know you're not too sensitive. You're not too much. You are responding to something that doesn't feel right. And that matters. If you're on a journey of healing, self-worth, and rebuilding yourself after emotional confusion or relationship struggles, I invite you to please be part of the Inner Bloom journey. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every week, I bring contents that I have experienced or someone in my family has. If you think this resonated, please spread the word. Share it with somebody who needs to hear this. Let's walk this journey together. Some of us will understand this because you have lived it. I did. And some of you may just be starting to seeing, might just have started seeing it. Take this with you. Your reality matters. Your voice matters. Protect your peace this weekend. I'll see you guys next week with another conversation that we need to have. Until then, please take great care of yourselves and your heart. Stay safe and always remember you're whole, resourceful, and complete just the way you are. Let go, grow, transform, and evolve. This is your Inner Bloom journey. I thank you all for watching. Take care, you guys. Love you all. I'll see you guys next week at the same time. Love you all. Thank you.